Happening now on News 12 The Bronx. The family of a slain EMT is paying tribute to her giving nature by giving out toys to the children at St. Barnabas Hospital. Plus One Synagogue is hosting what they call the ultimate Hanukkah party. Those stories and more as News 12 The Bronx starts right now. Hello and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah and Happy Holidays to all our viewers. Thanks for joining us here on News 12 The Bronx. I'm Michelle Devone. A toddler was found crying and crawling through the streets of the Bronx with just a diaper on, and this happening Christmas morning. News 12 The Bronx reporter Lena Salzbank has the latest in Hunts Point.
2-year-old Luis Angel was brought to this firehouse on Seneca Avenue after a Good Samaritan spotted the tot crying. FDNY officials say residents on Irvine Street found the toddler on a stoop with just Pampers on. Quickly reacting, they took baby Luis in, giving him clothing, and then brought him to the firehouse on Seneca Avenue as a safe haven. Fire officials say it was a miracle that the residents found the toddler and brought him to safety, where firefighters contacted the NYPD and EMS. The NYPD soon reunited the toddler with his mother, who they say stepped away from her home and left the 2-year-old with his aunt. We spoke to that aunt, who wanted to remain off camera, and she says she was in a different room when the tot wandered outside. Those Good Samaritans also speaking with us, and they said instincts just kicked in.
The household itself had a baby in front of the house on the steps, which was concrete steps. Okay, and all the baby had was a pamper on. He was shaking, he was crying, and like almost into shock.
Luckily, baby Luis and his mom have been reunited, and we are told that right now no arrests or charges have been made. In Hunts Point, Lena Salzbank, News 12, The Bronx.
Thank you, Lena. And several people were sent to the hospital after what appeared to be a stabbing spree near the Grand Concourse, and police say the violent scene happened at a cleaners on East 165th Street just before 6 o'clock this morning. We're told the stabbing was sparked by a dispute of some sort, but the exact details of that argument remain unknown. If you have any information that can help investigators in any of the cases we just told you about, give Crime Stoppers a call. The number is 1-800-577-TIPS. For Spanish, dial 1-888-57-PISTA. And there's a new leader in Longwood as the Southern Boulevard Business Improvement District has its first ever full-time executive director. Miles Burnett took on the job as the start of December. He's tasked with supporting the nearly 200 shops between East 163rd Street and Westchester Avenue and attracting new ones. Burnett says he hopes to help beautify the stretch, increase cleanup efforts, fundraise for new events, and bring more foot traffic to the neighborhood.
I'm interested in bringing in programming, building public arts projects that activate the corridor, and engaging our communities so that we have a business corridor that works for them.
And prior to taking on the executive director role, Burnett worked for Councilman Andrew Cohen, organized political campaigns, and was involved in the Bruckner Business Initiative. And a reminder, the City Department of Sanitation will be picking up trash, curbside compost, and recycling collections already tomorrow. The department says you can put all of your materials out tonight for pickup, and this is because of the holiday today, and a similar pattern will be happening next week for New Year's. We're told there won't be any street cleaning either. And while many are home enjoying time with their families, first responders are on duty, making sure everyone else stays safe this Christmas. The leader of the NYPD, Police Commissioner Dermot Shea, made note of their sacrifice, tweeting out, quote, "Merry Christmas to every member of the NYPD and everyone we serve today and tonight. While millions of families and their loved ones rejoice, hundreds of thousands of first responders across the nation are away from their own. To each and every one of them, I say thank you." And the 42nd Precinct tweeted out these photos along with the caption, quote, "Our patrol officers and domestic violence officers took time to deliver gifts to children in the community. 'Tis the season of giving. We wish you a Merry Christmas from all of us at the 42. Merry Christmas." Giving out toys today with Santa at St. Barnabas Hospital to both newborns and sick children is the family of Yadira Arroyo. Arroyo was the EMT struck and killed by a man accused of stealing her ambulance in March 2017. News 12 The Bronx reporter Michelle Ross has more on this heartwarming story.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho.
Santa surprising newborns and young children with gifts this Christmas Day at St. Barnabas Hospital.
Having Santa here to surprise them was actually a really nice surprise.
A hospital is probably the last place many families want to spend their Christmas, but the family of Yadira Arroyo is bringing cheer this holiday.
We do this in order to honor her and to give back because Yadira was a giver.
Arroyo was responding to someone in need when she was struck and killed by a man accused of stealing her ambulance in March 2017. They say the mother of 5 loved children and that this is something she'd be doing herself.
She would go to any soup kitchen, she's known in all of them, from Bronx to Manhattan to God only knows where in heaven, and feed the homeless.
Her family, along with members of the fire department and emergency medical services, went from room to room bearing gift after gift. Arroyo's aunt says when they did this last year at NYC Health and Hospitals Jacoby, they never thought it would give them so much joy.
It's like keeping the legacy that Yadi, even though she's no longer here with us, but we are doing work.
Arroyo's colleagues say they learned the good deed while riding in the ambulance with her.
She taught us the tradition, implemented it, and it's just our duty to carry it on as long as we can.
And because of that, parents here are touched.
I was told they're doing it on behalf of someone they lost, so I think they didn't lose that someone. She's still alive.
It's unfortunate that we had to share her loss, but it's all for a good cause.
And they also did this in conjunction with Arroyo's birthday, which was December 22nd. She would have been 47 years old. At St. Barnabas Hospital, Michelle Ross, News 12 The Bronx.
Thank you, Michelle. And a group of volunteers linked up today to spread some serious holiday cheer across the borough. Operation Realtors Kids hand delivered tons of gifts to families this Christmas, from Barbies to basketballs. All toys were donated through the Bronx YMCA and the Bronx Manhattan North Association of Realtors. And this year, we're told they're helping out 23 families for a total of about 70 kids.
Oh, darn, look at the box, is almost as big as you.
I have 5 toys.
We're also told that this is the group's 8th year of donating toys to those in need. And it's time now for a look outside in Soundview and for a check of your hyperlocal forecast with meteorologist Jeff Banson.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday with family. Hopefully you got your fill of presents and Santa brought just what you wanted. Skies have been mostly clear today. There have been some high clouds that have mixed on in, but the weather certainly a gift in my book, with really much of the country seeing dry conditions. You take a look at the lower 48. We've got some rain and snow showers here starting to creep into parts of the Great Lakes up towards Minneapolis. You got to follow that line back down through the Rockies and the Pacific Coast, about to get hit with another nice rainstorm. But other than that, I mean, we're looking pretty good as far as your travel goes into tonight and early tomorrow morning. This will be about the same. A lot of green on that map indicating good travel conditions. All right, let's bring it back home. Futurecast shows that we will see clouds starting to increase as we head into tonight, early tomorrow morning. Looks like Thursday and Friday are both going to be pretty overcast days, even a couple of sprinkles around at times, although the good majority of both days should be dry. The other thing that you can't see here is that the temperatures are going to start to increase a little more. We should get back to that 50-degree mark and then some as we head towards the weekend. So partly cloudy, chilly tonight, 35. Winds north to northeast at 5 to 10. A little more of an easterly flow tomorrow. It'll be mostly cloudy, kind of a cool to chilly day, 47. But hey, our normal high is in the low 40s. So we're above that tomorrow, and we will stay above that right on through the entirety of your 7-day forecast. That includes the weekend. Now, again, I said there could be a sprinkle around. Friday, we'll throw that in there. Saturday's a dry day with a mix of sun and clouds. Last weekend of 2019 should be mostly dry, but we could see some rain sneak in late on Sunday night. Monday, though, looks like a pretty wet day, and the mildest one here at 54. Cooling down a little bit for Tuesday and Wednesday, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day respectively, but both days are going to be good. So you're heading out to the ball drop. I expect pretty decent conditions this year.
Thanks, Jeff. And Pope Francis is celebrating Christmas with a blessing for the world. The leader of the Roman Catholic Church delivered his annual message in Vatican City today as thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square below. The pontiff called for peace in the Holy Land, where he says many are waiting for, quote, a time of peace, of security and prosperity. Pope Francis also called for comfort in other war-torn areas like Syria, urging people to come together and bring about peace.
May he stir the consciences of men and women of goodwill. May he inspire governments and the international community to find solutions to allow the peoples of that region to live together in peace and security and put an end to their sufferings.
The pontiff also blessed the hungry and sick all over the world. And in England, Queen Elizabeth made her annual Christmas address. The 93-year-old queen said the past year has felt quite bumpy. It's not clear if the monarch was referring to Brexit or the scandal of Prince Andrew's friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. Queen Elizabeth wished for the governments of the world to put their differences behind them and move forward in peace and harmony, noting that many people around the world try to follow what is taught in the Bible.
Jesus Christ would show the world how small steps, taken in faith and in hope, can overcome long-held differences and deep-seated divisions to bring harmony and understanding.
In paraphrasing Neil Armstrong, the Queen said progress made in small steps, not giant leaps, brings about the biggest change. The Queen marks her 67th year on the throne this year.
You're watching News 12 The Bronx. Local news, local weather, local traffic, local matters.